Three, two, one.
All right, welcome to our post E3 edition of the Fragments of Silicon reviews. Up this week, we've got, I hesitate to say 2 games, but a bit on that.
We have a game and an art project that's being sold on Steam.
Yeah, it's like this. First up is this thing called called Warriors, just spelled funny. Like, it's got some leet speak in here and I/O for input/output.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that aside from being lead speak, the I/O in the middle is intended to be meaningful.
Indeed. Probably more meaningful than the leet speak.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So what this thing is kind of baffled us at first.
You're playing as a simulated human mind inside a computer whose job it is to try to make strings of random digits fight each other. And whoever loses a character, and when they run out of characters or get too old, they reset, and there is no point except what you give it. You are highly encouraged to pretend there is an actual goal in this game.
Yep. That's literally the first thing it tells you on the screen prompt. And I suppose it does have a bit in common with other actual games, in the sense that it's going for a deliberate retro style. It's just that style is like Unix prompts and shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a very special kind of nostalgia, or if you liked coding on mainframes or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, outside of the aesthetics, that's there is really nothing.
This game is not very interactive. You can have 2 things at random battle. You can change, which I don't even know what does, but it adds a bunch of hash after one of the lines. And you can battle, and then you have the choice to enter 2 of the strings as competitors in that battle. And yes, you can have something fight itself. I checked. And yeah, when it wins,
something arbitrary.
There are stats, but I don't know what they mean, and they don't seem to really have a ton of input on stuff. So
something about whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, the stats are meaningless.
Yeah.
Basically, it's an art game where you are participating in the role of a decision-making engine.
Mm-hmm. And
it's all there is in the game is the experience of making decisions and then seeing stuff happen because of them or not.
Yeah, I guess as the game says, you can pretend that any of the battles actually matter, but they don't.
Yeah, pick your favorite string of letters and try to set it up against opponents that you think will make it stronger or whatever. I don't care. I'm not your boss.
Yeah. It's like, there's not a ton here. You do get 3 options according to the PR materials. One of which
there are actually 4.
One of which is exiting the game.
Yes. As with most command prompts, X is for exit.
Right. And you can do battles, you can do random battles, and you can change the battle formation should you wish. You know, it, you know, it's a thing. Like, I'm honestly a bit at a loss for words because, you know, this is
I'd
a
suspect
very,
this was some kind of thing to like gather random input to use for Bitcoin mining or some shit. Except for if it was that, they would have made the game more fun to play,
yeah,
so that people would keep doing it.
yeah. There's no like at first I thought this was a troll game, but no, it's a bit more earnest than something like that.
Yeah.
You know, that being said, um, so the game is going for $1, and you can even buy a double pack, but there's no multiplayer. Like,
Yeah,
and
you can get one and give a copy to that friend in your life who likes incomprehensible gifts.
yeah, I'm like, this is one of those things where, yeah, I do not give a cent of money towards it.
It's also available as part of the What the Actual Games bundle, along with something
Yeah, I'm like something else that we weren't.
that I can't
sent.
even pronounce. Yeah.
Like, you know, this is one of those things. Like, if we weren't sent the thing, we probably never would have touched it because I'm like, it's not even all that interesting as an art project. Uh, it's not like I guess something that we reviewed along similar lines, starting the game. At least that was interesting. This is a bunch of faux code shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's, you know, not really interesting to look at. As in, I guess it's got something over actual mainframe code as it's in color. I'm not even making that up. Like, I
Yeah.
think that's
Mm-hmm.
about it. Like, and it's got annoying sounds at the beginning.
I muted it.
Yeah, if you want to try to figure out anything about this game, then you may be disappointed, but you could certainly spend a lot of time trying.
Yeah.
I didn't play it for long enough to tell if there was anything more, but I feel fairly confident that there is not some sort of actual game buried in here.
No, this is just a, you know, a art project dedicated to the, you know, emulating the aesthetics of very, very old programming.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
you can meditate on the experience of being a fully aware, emulated mind that is not capable of interacting with anything more than just pressing a few letter keys.
right. And you can also meditate on the idea of whether or not you want to give $1 to this or burn it.
Can I go with the
Yeah,
burn option?
No, you already have the game.
well, you didn't pay. He didn't pay money for it.
Right, you could buy more copies if you wanted, or burn the money that you would use to buy more copies, but at that point you're like 2 layers deep in hypotheticals. And
Let's go for 3.
So it's kind of amazing we can talk about a thing like this for this long.
Indeed.
Now, yeah. That being said,
it can bend your mind a little, but you really have to like intentionally let it. And you can also do that by just like staring at a pattern on the wall, maybe.
this just gives me flashbacks to college and attempting to learn COBOL.
Oh, Cobalt's fun. Jumps out a
No, it
window.
I'm like, there's a reason why I dropped programming class after about a month.
I choose to believe that that is a programming language created by kobolds.
Not too far off there, buddy.
Like, anyway, I think that'll about do it for Warriors here. stay tuned. We're not going on break because the other game is also really short. But it is an actual game. I can confirm that. And it's actually something that's been floating in our docket for about 6 months now, if I'm remembering correctly. It's just when we got it, it was an early access title. And it only recently exited early access. We have a policy of not reviewing early access titles, no matter how complete they may seem to be. Anyway, so...
For example, this one I don't think had that much added to it.
But it did have stuff added to it. I do know that. Like, I'll get into that when we review the Quest for the Big Key after the requisite break here. So, bear with us and good gaming and such.